0 to 30K in 10 days. I'm going to walk you through exactly how this travel creator went from never selling info, never selling online coaching, to pulling $30,000 out of thin air in just over a week. If you are a creator and you're on the fence about coming out with some sort of coaching or mentorship offer, or you know you want to start one, you just don't know how, this is for you. If you're in the online info marketing or sales space and you just want a damn good breakdown of an offer launch, this is also for you. Let me just note, if you're a creator and you're on the fence about coming out with some sort of coaching or mentorship offer and you have a good following, you are selfish. You have thousands and thousands of people following you because they like you, they like your content, and they want to learn from you. So, one, you can help a ton of people in the area that you're passionate about while making a lot of money in doing so. And so if you're too lazy, if you feel like you don't want to come out with any sort of offer for whatever reason, you're selfish, people want to learn from you, change your mindset. So let's jump into it. I'm going to walk you through the pre-launch, launch, and post-launch phases of this offer and exactly how she pulled it off. So jumping into it. Pre-launch phase. Her and her operator, decided in the pre-launch two things. They wanted to build urgency, they wanted to build awareness, and they wanted to really understand their market as best they could without coming out with an offer. And so, that was supposed to be connected to this one. In the pre-launch phase, the first thing that they did is they launched a free community. And this didn't have any content in it. It was just a free community for people who were interested in travel content creation and UGC. And so people who already had a strong enough desire could join that community, and they could gauge the interest that was in her audience already. Out of these people, and on top of that, they wanted to find the secret sauce. And so she posted on her story, very simple, hey guys, I'm looking for 10 travel creators to give you early access, building urgency, building scarcity, to something that I'm working on. If you want some free game, no brainless offer, don't have to have much thought go into it, you'll jump on it. If you want some free game, plan coaching, then DM me a keyword, whatever it was. And so her operator then got on the phone with every single person who DM'd her the keyword and just asked them questions in return for a free guide that the creator made. And so on these calls, he studied exactly what that demographic, the pains, the problems, the wishes, desires that they had. So he could really learn about the audience that was there to buy her product. And he really discovered, one key thing, the secret sauce that that led to all of their offer success. All of the people they hopped on a call with, they said the word paid brand deals. And so that mechanism, that word bucket, was then used for the rest of the offer launch. And so once they did that, very preliminary market research, they entered into phase 2, which deals with capturing leads and nurturing leads. When you have a several $1,000 offer, most people aren't just going to buy it right away. So you have to capture the leads somehow, you have to own the leads somehow, and then nurture them. When you don't capture your leads, you don't own your leads. And then, you're really at the algorithm's mercy for the algorithm to show your content to the people who, you're targeting with your offer. So once you capture the leads, you can send them emails, texts, send them all these different things whenever you want, instead of relying on the algorithm to show them your content. So pre-launch, phase 2, part 1, lead capture. This operator went with a soap opera sequence. And so with a soap opera sequence, you're setting the stage, you're increasing the drama, and then showing them the whole backstory, showing them how you got from point A to B with some kind of divide in the middle, some kind of hurdle that, you had to overcome that's very similar to, the problems that your audience are facing. You then talk about that one thing, that one magic thing that got you from point A to B over the wall, and that's what changed everything. Once, you had that epiphany, once everything changed, you discovered all of the hidden benefits behind, the destination that you wouldn't have seen, from the other side of the wall here before you had that epiphany. Then at the end, you build urgency, you build scarcity with a call to action for whatever you're trying to get them to do. In this case, this was trying to get them to join the masterclass. So with this offer launch, the approach that they went with is, call it lucky, call it genius, a 10-day webinar series, a live training series into the offer launch on, the later side of those 10 days, of those 10 webinar series. And so I'm going to break down the 3 reel soap opera sequence, first off, that this creator used to, promote her masterclass, her 10-day webinar, to really build urgency, get as many people in their target audience into the webinar as possible. And so here's the 3 reel sequence, and I'm going to break all of the captions down for you to show you exactly, why it was so effective. With the 3 reel soap opera sequence, they took their audience all the way from top of funnel to bottom of funnel. So at the top of funnel, these are people that, follow the creator, they like her content, but they may not know if, they have a problem that she can solve. Or they may know that they have a problem, they just don't know how she can solve it. Then middle of funnel, you're aware of the solution to that problem. So in this case, people knew they wanted to travel full time. They knew they wanted to escape the life they were living, but they didn't know how to do so, because you can't just pick up and go travel full time without some source of income. So to get them from that problem to finding a solution, she talked about how UGC was the way that travel creators could make money and travel full time. And so once they were convinced on UGC, they had to then be shifted down to the bottom of funnel where they were product aware. They knew that UGC was the thing that was going to get them to a point where they could travel full time, but they didn't know how to learn UGC. There's a million different places on the internet to learn how to do UGC as a travel creator. So she really had to convince them on her specific program, her specific product, to teach them the solution to their problem. So let's dig into this soap opera sequence, this 3 reel sequence. The first reel, the goal with each piece of copy, each caption for each reel, you have to understand the goal you're trying to achieve. And so the first reel, the caption with that reel, they were really setting the stage. They wanted to build hype and desire with this offer. And so here it is. Are you still relying on your job to travel and create content? Then I have good news for you. You're targeting a specific demographic within your audience, targeting their pain and their current situation. I'm hosting a free brand deals masterclass event from date A to date B, X to Y. This is the way out of this current situation. This, free brand deals masterclass is the way out of their situation where they're relying on their job to travel. And in these live Zoom classes, I will show you exactly how to land paid brand deals. Super simple, free, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, you're going to jump on it. So if you want to join this live class, comment X down below, and I'll send you the link. See you on the inside. There's a wall from the outside to the inside. You're building exclusivity that only she can provide. She's the one who can get you to the inside where all of this information is to get you out of that, current situation. The second reel, you building the backstory and that aha moment that changed everything for the creator, and that can change everything for you too. For so long, I was trying to figure out how other creators that I admired made a living. Most need to rely heavily on their sponsorships, but I realized that wasn't sustainable for long-term growth. Relying on sponsorships is dumb. Don't do that. Do what I'm offering. It wasn't about making a lot of posts. It was about securing multiple monthly retainers with brands that shared my values and providing them consistent content for their marketing. And then I realized you don't need a huge following to start. This is the gateway. Anyone can do it. You don't need a huge following. This is the secret thing that will get you from point A to point B, and you don't need to be anyone special to do it. And so she wasn't anyone special. That's what I did. Now, after doing that, she travels the world as a full-time content creator, point A to point B, making it very easy. How did I do it? How did I get out of my poor current situation to this new dream situation? I'm hosting, my free brand deals masterclass starting at this date. This is the method that can take them from this, current crappy situation to full-time content creator where they can travel the world whenever they want. CTA, Comment Masterclass. This is the third reel, the caption. Goal is product awareness. You're making them aware of the product that you're offering, which in this case is the masterclass. When I became a full-time content creator, I was worried because I didn't have a marketing degree or hundreds of thousands of followers. You're pre-handling objections. People think that they need a whole elaborate marketing degree. They need years of experience or a huge following enabled in order to do travel content creation full time. No, you don't. I didn't. I just knew that what I did worked and I wanted to share it. I was no longer trapped in my 9 to 5. This is their dream state, but more importantly, it opened up doors for me. They're already past the wall. They've passed this epiphany. They've had the aha moment, and now they're exploring hidden benefits. The real hidden benefit has been the fulfillment through my creative work, being able to travel and meet amazing people who support each other. The hidden benefits, like I said. And that's what securing multiple monthly retainers with brands means for me. Relating those, that dream state, those hidden benefits to her solution. It's probably the same for you, hosting my masterclass, blah, blah, blah. This many content creators have already joined for this event. Comment XYZ, and if you want to join, I'll send you the link. Build urgency. This many people who want to do it have already joined, so you're essentially missing out. You're falling behind if you don't join too. So in this 3-roll sequence, like I said, you've walked them to problem unaware or problem aware. They know they want to quit their job and travel, all the way to this is how I'm going to quit my job and travel, UGC, with this UGC program. Awesome. And then she continued to post regularly. This wasn't her only post, for the week leading up to the start of the masterclass, the 10-day masterclass. She kept posting regularly and sprinkled in different stories, countdowns to build urgency, a bunch of reminders to remind people to continue to sign up before it actually started. All funneling to this free community, which is my next point. So, once you build that urgency, once you convince people that this is the solution to their problem, she funneled them into a free community where you had to be in this community in order to access the masterclass, so that you had everyone in your target demographic in one place to communicate with them whenever you want. And so that goes back to owning those leads. And so once she captured the leads and owned the leads, she then went on to nurturing those leads. And so she had content in her free community already that was just further nurturing them, further warming them up to buy her offer. But she also had their information to send them texts and emails outside of the community. And so I'll go through this little email sequence, just a 2 email sequence, very briefly. But the goal of the first email was to confirm their registration and really capture the buy-in to make sure they're as bought in to this solution to their problem as possible. And so for that to happen, you need to convince them on the solution, the method that you're offering, the UGC being the way you're going to quit your job and travel full time. They need to be convinced on the actual product, her community, her paid course, as the product that teaches you that solution. And they also need to be bought in on the face of the product, and that's her. She needs to be an authority figure to teach people that. So, thanks for registering, blah, blah, blah. We're excited for you to join us. This isn't just a masterclass. It's the start of your new freedom story. This is going to be the vehicle that gets you out of your current situation into your dream situation. Event details. This is what we're going to walk through. How to build a life of real freedom, not just the highlight reel version. Getting them to their dream state, being somewhat humble. It's not just the highlights. We're going to show you exactly how to do it, the ups and downs. Daily habits, mindset shifts, rhythms that keep us in flow. We're going to help you shift your current beliefs so that you can become a person who does full-time content creation. Excuse me. I need some water. And finally, how we both built our dream lifestyle without burnout, hustle, or chaos. Most people think that in order to live this elaborate life as a travel content creator, you have to kill yourself. You have to. Sorry, I don't know how to say that. You have to just go all in. You're gonna get burnout. It's gonna be chaotic. You're gonna have a bunch of stress and worries. But no, how we built our dream style without all of that, pre-handling the objections. Whether you're starting out or you've been in the game for a while, this is your sign to realign, reset, and step into the version of you who lives like the ocean is calling. You're pre-handling. You don't have to be experienced. Once again, whether you're just starting out or you've been in the game for a while, all you have to do is show up. We can get you all of this from your current state to your dream state. All you have to do is just show up. Simplify the process. And then this is my favorite part of it. This is my favorite part of the whole funnel, of the whole offer approach. Check your WhatsApp, blah, 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 blah. This workbook is gold. They send them a workbook. They send the people who opt in a workbook. The people who sign up for the masterclass, they get this workbook. Make sure you fill it out before the class. It'll make a huge difference in how much you take away. The call to action of this thing, obviously, tell them the details about the masterclass. But you have a workbook that you have to do. You have to fill something out. You have to invest time and energy into this thing that I'm giving you for free, and it's going to help you. This is only going to further nurture and really just light these leads with a fire to be so warm by the time they even get into the masterclass. So, second email, this is just, selling them on the product. I won't go too into depth because this video is already running long, but I will just touch on the beginning of it. There are moments in life that change everything, but here's the thing. We rarely recognize them until after they happen. These moments are the solution to your problem that you miss most of the time. But this time, it's different. Signing up for the Dream Life Masterclass, this was one of those moments for you. This is the specific thing that is going to get you out of your current situation. And this time, you're taking advantage of it when most of the time you let these opportunities fall through. Good copy there. So, finally, talking about the workbook again, increasing the buy-in before they actually get to the event where they're going to be sold. Then we go to launch, this huge build-up for a 10-day launch. These are 2-hour calls, 10 days, 2 full weeks. And so, one, you're getting an insane amount of free value to build that trust and build that liking of the creator and her offer before you're even, pitched it. And you're getting to know them so well. You're seeing them for 10 days straight. And when you're pitched after those 10 days, obviously you're going to buy. She's just done all of this, so much work for free to help you. Obviously, if you pay her, you're going to get an even better experience in helping you reach your goals with her once you pay her thousands of dollars. So they did 10 different topics on 10 different days. On day 5 to 9, they did the same format, intro, all of the value, and then Q&A. And then the second half, they got permission from the audience to pitch them on the actual offer. And if they were interested, they DM'd the creator, I'm in, and that's when they were sent the application. For the people that opted into the masterclass, the webinar series that didn't show up, they get this email of the recording and just objection handling further. Just urging them to watch the recording of at least one of the calls so that you can obviously, they're not wasting the leads that opted in but didn't show up. So once you DM the creator, I'm in, there's a whole setting process. Obviously, they had setters in place and ultimately sent them the application. So here's the application. First part of it, you're getting all the lead info, Instagram, email, phone number. You're getting information on their current situation, what they're doing now, and what they're having trouble with. So you can then use that as ammo, as leverage in the sales call to, further pinpoint their current situation. What's happening in your life right now that has you potentially considering working with brands? You're getting their pain, what's in the way of getting to their dream state, and then you're also getting their dream state to leverage on the sales call. Then you're financially qualifying them. Which best describes your current financial situation? Yes, I have cash, or I'm resourceful. These people are then sent to the, book-in window, the calendar, where they book in their sales call. Or, no, I'm broke, I'm maxed out, I have no money. They send them back to the free community where they're posting all of these live webinars as recordings, and then they're going to continue to post value when they can in the free webinar to warm the leads up until they have money saved up and they're ready to buy. So no lead is going to waste in this funnel. Once you have the qualified leads, you have the closing call. They did something very, very interesting because it was the creator's first time launching a product, launching an offer. The operator and the creator took the sales calls together. The creator walked through most of the script with the operator, and then when the lead started, throwing out objections, the operator went in and handled those objections. And that is how they got to $30K in 10 days after never selling a product before, never selling coaching, mentorship, anything like that before. And it's great. 30K in 10 days is insane. But they had some key points. They went with the true cohort method. They stopped right at 10 people. The second they got to 10 people who paid that 3K price point, they stopped, they cut it off. More people wanted to get in, they cut it off, threw them to the free community until they were ready for to reopen the offer, to reopen the program. And with these 10 people, you make 30K, but you work with these 10 people extremely closely, and you understand to an extreme degree everything that they want, everything that they need, everything they're looking for with someone to teach them how to travel full-time and get paid with UGC. So once that, 6 weeks or whatever it is over with that cohort of 10 people, you then use everything that you learned from those people and improve the offer, improve the program so that you have even more people who, one, have great results, build testimonials, build social proof, and the cycle just continues. And so, I skipped a lot, but this is a general sense how they went 0 to 10K in 30 days. Pre-launch phase 1, pre-launch phase 2, launch, and then sales process. We kind of breezed through the sales process since the video is getting long. But if you are a creator, especially a travel creator, and you know that you want to come out with something like this, you have some piece of value, some experience that you can teach to other people to, help them get to a place where you're at, do a coaching program. Come out with some sort of offer. You're gatekeeping. This is wrong. You're gatekeeping. Help your audience. People like you. They follow you for a reason. They want to learn from you. It's not hard. If you want, do it yourself, or you can have someone like me do it all for you so that you can make money and you can help people with literally taking a couple coaching calls each week. Someone like me will run the whole back end, do everything that I just talked about so that all you have to do is actually, either host a live event. You take live calls a couple times a week. It's not hard. But if that's something that you want to do and you want someone to help you with it, you can hit me up on Instagram, fpm.stefan, finalproductionsmedia.stefan. I'd be happy to walk you through it. If this was at all valuable, if you learned something, leave a like to show your appreciation. But in all seriousness, I hope this was valuable. I kind of was off the caffeine and just threw this whole thing together, walking you through step by step, because I have been working with some travel creators in recent weeks, and I wanted to break down what a really good launch looks like for creators who have never come out with a high ticket mentorship before. And so leave a comment, DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. Hope this was valuable, and we will see you in the next video.